10 WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore, serving the African American community for over 44 years. We are 1010 WOLB.
The views and opinions of the guest and host you hear are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers.
The Business Talk Show is live Tuesdays, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Let's talk about it, making more Black millionaires. With host Lou Fields, Dr. Dennis Rogers. Get updates on business news, tips, and insights from the experts, local and national business leaders, covering business, politics, sports, travel, community development, business fundings, loans, grants, joint ventures, MBE, WBE, procurements, VIP guest interviews, and two-way talk. To participate, call the Business Talk Show hotline at 410-481-1010.
All right. Greetings, good afternoon, peace and blessings. This is Haki Ammi, the Success Scholar, Dr. Haki Ammi, the Success Scholar. Thank you for tuning in and listening in. I am filling in for Brother Lou Fields today. He's on a well-deserved break, and so I don't get a chance to be in the studio like this, but I'm honored for the opportunity. Many of you who are in the Baltimore area, certainly you have heard me over the years, and so you've seen the evolution, the growth, and the expansion, of course, and I co-hosted with Lou some years ago, and there are a lot of other things, of course. I got many different YouTubes out there and many different podcasts. And so many have heard my voice over the years. But I'm about the work and servicing our community and putting in the work. And so just wanted to come on live here and, just have some good conversations with some good people chiming in. But I wanted to make some announcement. Of course, this is the 60th show, the week number 60, and we will be going till next year. I'm sorry, we'll continue to go, but next year we're getting ready to blast into our November midterms, and so I'm excited to, kind of begin that process with Brother Lou Fields. And for you all watching, listening on my social media, on my my regular Facebook page. I'm on my YouTube as well, Teaching Arts Institute page and Harambe Books page and Haki Ammi on YouTube's as well. And so we are here talking about several different things, but I wanted to just go through some of the key points that's going on. First, let's give a shout out to Brother James E. Reed. He has transitioned, but today's his birthday, and he did the Billie Holiday statue. Many of you have seen that, and they just had the Billie Holiday festival, and my guest was present there. He's going to be on in a second, and a few callers going to be calling on Sister Ebony of the Baltimore Rhythm Festival, Courtney Sneed, working with the Henrietta Lacks, and we'll talk more about the net, what's going to be on next week's show. But I have a wonderful, wonderful guest here, and definitely the call-in number is 410-481-1010. Again, 410-481-1010. It's just been an honor to continue to serve in the Baltimore area in many of my capacities. And one capacity I have, and I've been able to meet and mix and mingle with many of the Black delegates in the state of Maryland. I currently serve, as the parliamentarian for the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation, and we have a gala coming up here in October, and not to be confused with the Congressional Black Caucus, but and that's next 2 weeks, two weeks and a half, and I encourage everybody that want to learn something about what's going on in the world. Do go, like I've gone for the past 20-something years. Just you can take a train over and, just show up and be present and listen to people who know what's going on. And that's how you grow in this world, I believe. And so, but I have a brother on the line. Let me get him on. Brother Sean Stinnet, and let's have a conversation about his district. He just launched. He's going in the He's the 41st District Delegate, and he's certainly been a worker in the community for years and years and years. Certainly, you have seen him if you are on the West Baltimore area out Saturday mornings with the group of young people cleaning the streets and doing a lot of other work. He's worked on a state level as well as on a city level, working with MBE, pushing the Main Streets Initiative. And so he knows a little bit of everything, certainly serving our community. But Sean, welcome, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for having me, Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, hope all is well. And I do want to start off. So thank you for that wonderful introduction, as well as thank you for all your support and most of all, friendship.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And let me just let y'all know how good Sean is. And I appreciate you. He gave me a citation for my honorary doctorate, and it was on Mother's Day. And I, how my schedule was going, I couldn't, I wanted to be, I told my mother we were going somewhere else. I said, let's go in our district, the wonderful 41st District. And he gave my mother some flowers. So thank you for that, brother, your honorable brother. And, you have a wonderful wife and a wonderful family. So I appreciate you joining me, brother. So you've been in the Maryland General Assembly for a year and a half, too? What is it, 2 years?
No. It hasn't. I wish it was that long, but it hasn't been that long.
It's 2 years.
I was appointed by the governor in February of this year.
Right. Okay.
And got sworn in March the 3rd.
Right. Yes, it was definitely this year. I remember because I was actually there at the MBE night. And I was like,
it was crazy that night.
Yeah. I know, right. And so, yeah, man. So it's great that you plowed through and never gave up. You ran for that office some years ago, but, God has, blessed you to serve the citizens in a different capacity because, for you, I always believe, you would do the work whether you were there or not, brother.
Right? Exactly.
So that's the blessing with people like you. You ain't just disappear.
I didn't disappear. Exactly. I did not disappear.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and appreciate that and appreciate your wife. And so, man, so what's going on with you now, brother? I mean, I know. So what do delegates do after session is over? Many people may not know. So January, the beginning of January, usually 8th or 9th to mid-April of the first few days of April is the 90-day session. That's like a marathon down there. And you all just, you can stay there if you want or come home, however. But, we want to encourage people to, come on down. I say, look, come down to first day, the last day, and your district nights. If you don't do anything else, just come on down, listen, go to, sit in the lobby and go to the General Assembly where you can hear the different bills being discussed and get on your email list. Just being civically engaged, come out to, the district nights that's even after the session. There's a Baltimore night, for instance, that the Black Caucus do. So, sometimes we just have to keep an eye and ears open.
Right. Well, not only as far as coming down, encouraging, residents of the, state of Maryland just to come down during session. I mean, you can come down to any parts of any time of the year.
Good point. Yes.
In seasons, they always give tours. I know that, several, for a number of years when I, of course, I'm, with Department of General Services and, years ago when I used to be part of the coordination of the Youth Works program, every summer, I always took our kids, and we had at least about 35, 40 kids that we would take down to to partake on a tour of Annapolis and of the State House and so forth, and try to catch on, who we could see who was there as far as, different electeds and so forth. And then even took a tour as far as walking up to the top of the dome and had gone outside from the dome and looked around. So, so it's always open for the public as far as to take advantage. And then also you can go into one of the hearing rooms to actually even look at a video on how a bill is, when it first gets started, conversating as far as putting the bill and drafting it and going all the way up to, for us, as far as to vote on it. So, that's a great experience as far as to look at that video as well.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, it's just no. Thank you for mentioning that. And I don't even think I've done a formal tour myself. But maybe that would help. Because I think that would help anyway. And interesting. For the first time, I was able to go into the governor's office like two weeks ago, so that was a unique experience, and
right.
and as well as I later went into the governor's mansion. Where, first time, like I went last year just for the holiday thing, just took a picture, but this time I was able to walk around a little bit. So, you can do a little bit of different things down there. So it's always a good experience. I'm actually going to Annapolis a little this evening for the county executive forum there. But, they try to elect a new county exec down there next week, I believe the election is. So we hope that goes well. But, yeah, man. So, what would you feel like is your what do you think is going to be your priorities in Annapolis? What do you see, for instance, as your district or the city of Baltimore as being your priority?
Well, as you mentioned, and we kind of touched on it here and there. And of course, you clearly know my background, knowing that I'm, very connected as far as with the youth and the older adults and so forth.
Right.
But overall, as far as definitely what, 4 areas that I'm, specifically, always been focused on, which is public safety, which is education, jobs and economic opportunity, and also just, community roots and leadership within the community. So I've always been focused on that. I would say even with, my team, we're actually looking at a few pieces of legislation that we would like to actually submit and hopefully that we'll be able to get it passed. However, I'm still in that learning stages. I'm not going to say that I know everything, because you got to realize, like I mentioned, I got sworn in March 3rd. So I literally came in several weeks, maybe less than that before bill crossed. So I didn't have an opportunity to put through any of my bills. And at that, this coming session in 2026 will be my first experience of a full-fledged session.
Oh, great.
From start, from the beginning to the end. So I'm still in that, like I said, I'm still in that learning stage. I'm still learning a lot as far as coming from, serving on the Judiciary Committee, under, Chair Luke Clippinger and Deputy Chair Sandy Bartlett.
Right.
So, and everybody's been wonderful as far as to, provide me, the needed information, guidance, and so forth. So I can, be more prepared coming in 2026 versus then I came in, because literally I didn't know what committee I was going to serve on until literally after I got sworn in and after everything started dying down. They say Judiciary. So from that point, I'm by myself for the next 3 days until I started hiring some folks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Well, one thing, and, I know you'll definitely be there, the Black Caucus retreat. I mean, I know that, that committees do their own, little retreats, mini retreats. And so all of that combines. But I know that, I was able to be, partially present for some of the, retreats that the Black Caucus have. And I learned a lot. I mean, just seeing how people, and one thing I learned is many of these bills are, ready to go like November, what I'm saying? They like people got their things November, end of like around now, they getting things together. And so because we got a deadline, the deadline for us right now is November the 1st that we need to get stuff in. Oh, okay.
And then of course, we put out a survey coming from the Legislative Black Caucus, which I serve as a member, as far as to get some ideas or get some information, what other people are thinking about as far as what we should really push forward and what kind of priorities that we should be in front of us as far as with the upcoming session.
Okay. Hey, Sean, if you don't mind, somebody has a question for you. Would you like to take a caller? All right.
Sure,
let's bring him on. Hey, let's bring Gina. Hey, what's up, Gene? How you doing, buddy? Brother Haki, how are you, sir?
Yeah, pretty good, Haki, and thank you for this, man. I'm formerly from the Valley. We named the Valley when I was growing up St. Joseph Street. So that's Morley, Kossuth, Culver, and Monastery, both north and south.
Right.
That's my 8x8. My mother died like in 2012, 106 South Morley Street. We used a reverse mortgage to keep her in the home and to care for her there, because she didn't never want to go to a nursing home. Yes. But of course, we didn't take the property. I didn't take the property, and the bank got the property, and I moved to Park Heights Avenue, and I lived there for about 25 years, and then I moved across the county line, and I'm now in Pikesville. Okay. So what are you going to do to get me back in the 41st?
Well, let me just, I'll say what he gonna need. He gonna need a lot more information. That's for sure.
Number one, I'm financially stable. No. I own a condo in Pikesville. Okay, I have enough money to buy a property anywhere in the 41st. And so I'm just asking. So I left the city because of the lack of accountability. And so I'm a Baltimorean. I'm a Baltimorean, true and blue. So my question again is, how are you going to get me back in there?
I'll let him answer, but if you really want to talk to him as well offline, Gene, I mean that, because we can't do everything right here. So just being respectful, I hope he can.
Okay, well, that's a good answer. I will accept that.
You have a lot to unpack. I mean, we will have to have more of a conversation. We got a lot. But Gene, I'm very familiar with. I know your voice as soon as you start talking, because I know you called in to the Larry Young Show and a lot of other WOLB shows and so forth, especially when God Rest His Soul, Coach was around. However, I would say that when you mentioned as far as Park Heights, there's a lot of great development that's happening in Park Heights. Of course, one is the redevelopment of the Plymouth racetrack that I attended the groundbreaking a few weeks back, as well as it's a new library that's coming that they haven't the area hasn't had a library in umpteen years. I would say about 30 plus years, which is great. And I definitely have to. When I say the library, I have to mention, our champion, Vice President Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton, that really pushed forward as far as to make that happen, along with, of course, everybody as far as within the city and the state. But Sharon Green Middleton has really championed that effort. But and it's a lot of different apartment complexes that are being developed. One of the last things prior to me leaving the mayor's office, when I worked for the mayor's office and now came back to DGS, is that one of the initiatives that I was working on along with Paul Taylor and Chris Ryer was the Main Street, the Park Heights Main Street, as far as really focusing on that business community within Park Heights Avenue. So that's even a plus, because now those businesses are getting the needed support that they've been looking for a long time and so forth. So it's a lot of different great things, as well as the people. You know what I mean? If you would say one thing, I'd say it's great people. It's outside of what we're hearing every day from, down the road, down in D.C. and all that, as far as that we need this, we need that, the curb the crime. But no, it's great people here. And that's something that we don't acknowledge and recognize enough. And I live within the 1 mile radius of Park Heights. I live in West Arlington. So I would say, come on back, be our neighbor and meet myself, my community, the Park Heights community, re-engage as far as with those residents and so forth, and be a part of the progress that's happening now. Yes. That's going to be really, really fruitful as far as in the years to come.
Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, so really quick, I think, so I believe Money Mike, how long you got, Sean? Money Mike, I don't know if he got a question for you or if he got a general question. But,
I got a few more minutes.
Okay. I'll tell you what, because, and I think, Brother Gene, just Gene, I'm going to have Sean give out some contact information. I don't know if your question, you mentioned South Morley. I know that's over by Baltimore Hilton, like close to where my community is, Allendale. So, but if you have something more individual, something that people may have to look into more detailed, definitely something, to do. Is Money Mike up, Brother Sean? I'm sorry, brother. Is Money Mike?
Yes, Haki, how you doing?
Hey, hey, brother Money Mike, how you doing, brother? Good to hear you. Did you have something for Sean? I wanted to bring him on too.
Sure. I got a couple quick questions for Sean and for you as well. How long did Sean pursue being a politician? You know, from elementary school or junior high or high school, and did he pursue it the whole time? And the same thing question for you, Haki. How long did you pursue politics? When did you know you wanted to be a politician?
Okay, who's going first?
Well, you go first, Sean. You go first.
Okay, all right. Well, perfect. Well, I really, I know that's the normal or proper term, and I really don't call myself a politician. I'm too embedded as far as in the community. I'm a community activist, organizer. A community leader that was fortunately enough had the opportunity as far as to get appointed by the governor. But I actually ran for delegate as well as state central committee even a little bit further before then, and actually lost. And this has had to be about 8-9 years ago. But one thing that I didn't do, which it was disappear. I could say a lot of folks as far as will run for office on whichever level, next thing you know, you don't hear from them anymore. What I did was, as far as get to where I needed to be, was in the community. Became president of my community association, which actually the community asked me to do. It's not like something that I said, this is what I'm going to do because I'm going to run such and such years. I kind of turned it off as far as that light, as far as me running, but I knew that that's where my passion and the fuel was firing me as far as with individuals within my community. So I'm community president, and I'm still the current community president at West Arlington. Also serve on the Northwestern District Community Relations Council. Serve with Boy Scouts, and serve with my kids' school, whether it be in PTA or the school family council. So my thing is, I've always been involved as far as with, sort of politics, just by way of the community and being in the positions that I've held, and always sort of had that relationship as far as with elected officials and so forth, because, I knew that in order to do certain things, the path was going through, one of those individuals, as far as whether it being with the city or the state. I can say that, it's been at times it was challenging as far as working with some folks, because it's either, I didn't really understand the process, or it's just that I look at it times that we just, my community or organization, whomever, I was politicking for, just didn't have enough at that time. But the one thing that I just kept on grinding, because that's one thing that no one cannot say, even if you agree with me or disagree, they cannot say that I've been absent as far as within the entire 41st district, from all the way down in Irvington with Miss Dorothy Cunningham and so forth, all the way over to the Roland Parks, the Poplar Hills, the Mount Washingtons, and so forth. So I've been engaged throughout, these 8 years, which you're going to have, other people coming out the woodwork can't say that, but I've been engaged with the communities and neighborhoods within the entire 41st district for a number of years.
Okay, real quick, because I'll let you answer that question off air, but this is the success hour. And the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm pretty sure with Haki, he did the same thing, is he thought about it from an early age. And all I'm trying to tell people or teach people, whatever you do, whatever you think about, that's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to become. Now, you said you invest in real estate. I'm a real estate investor, too. I'm a stockbroker. I'm an HVAC technician. But I'm trying to portray to this audience is that wherever you are in this current point in life, other than having a mental handicap or a physical handicap, you're there because you wanted to be there. It sounds hard, but it is. Whatever you think about, that's what you're going to be. And that's what I would, hope that you take down to Annapolis, and maybe we can start teaching the youth. Because I'm from the West Side too. I'm from Park Heights and Cold Spring Lane, Huffman's Bar. But I got out of there, and so that's what I'm trying to say, Haki, to you and to the legislator. Right. We got to change the mindset of our young people. You better think about something, and you better think about it hard, and it better be the right thing.
Think and grow rich, brother. Think and grow rich.
And that's something I would say that's something that I stress to my kids, that I, like Dr. Haki had mentioned, that, I run an organization, called Baltimore Clean Streets. And since the pandemic, we've been out in the community. So I've got firsthand touching, these young folks who are part of my group, and we talk about different things like that. And as far as just not only just we're not just, walking around the areas picking up trash, but it's also that guidance and that mentorship, which you're talking about. But I would say not just, I'm going to be down there, but I would love for you to come down there to Annapolis. My door is always open, even before then. But let's meet, of course, off air. But let's even talk about it. Maybe we can even partner up with some type of youth initiative.
All right.
It sounds good, bro. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, y'all have a good day, a good week.
Hey,
man.
Thanks, brother Mike.
You too,
man,
sir.
appreciate your
Thank you.
comments.
Always.
And I'll answer in a little bit. But brother Sean, I appreciate your time, brother. Don't want to hold you up. I appreciate you, joining me and taking a couple calls and having a good conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, but give out your contact information if Brother Gene is still listening. Brother Gene, if you still listen, please take down Sean's information and give him a direct call, because we definitely want to be functional and get you to the right people.
Exactly. So once again, my name is Delegate Sean A. Stinnet, and of course, I'm campaigning to get a 4-year term. Actually run for the position now. For the election is next June of 2026. A couple of ways that you can get in contact with me. You can go to our website, www.Sean, Sean, Stinnet, Stinnett. That's all one word, .com. www.SeanStinnet.com, or you can give me a call, 410-635-1272. That's 410-635-1272. My office is always open. My door is always open. My phones are always on. Excuse me. And feel free to give me a call anytime. I appreciate you, Doc. Appreciate you having me, and thank you for all the support throughout the years.
All right, sounds good. I got Julianna Jones popping up, Brother Sean.
Yeah, tell her I said hi.
Yeah, she's plugging in right now. All right, brother.
Yep, great stuff. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We gonna take a break now, or we a couple more minutes? Yeah, we gonna take a break, Julianna. We'll get you right back on the other side. All right. Thank you.
Attention business enthusiasts. Tune in this Tuesday and every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon for the Business Show on WOLB 1010 a.m. Join us for a dynamic hour of live, two-way discussions, exclusive VIP guest interviews, and real-time audience participation. Engage with experts and connect with MBE, WBE, SBR, and VBE contacts. Mark your calendars. Starting Tuesday, August 6th, it's the Business Show with your host, Lou Fields. Call 443-983-7974 or email thebizshow410@gmail.com. Sponsored by A Taste of Soul.
I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Nobody give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. I don't want nobody give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Do you hear me? I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Don't give me integration, give me true communication. Don't give me sorrow, I want equal opportunity to live tomorrow. Give me schools.
All right. Yes. Peace and blessings. I'm going to bring up my sister, but I wanted to just, before I get her on, I'm going to take a shot at what Brother Money Mike has said. I mean, in terms of if or when I chose to be in politics, so here's the evolution, if I will. So after I came home I went directly into the Navy, did 5.5 years, came home, got I stayed conscious. Let me just say, for the record, from age 20 to like 31, I read 100 books a year for 11 years on many different topics. So I expanded my mind. I was actually involved in the community, had different positions. And then, about age 30, 31, joined the city fire department where I continue to serve. But, being active in many different organizations across the city, listening to radio programs, vice president in Yale Heights, and actually started going to different events. I mean, from the Congressional Black Caucus, I actually went to the Congressional Black Caucus events before I went to, any Maryland related events. And so several years ago, started going to support Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam. And Senator, she said, "You would be good on the Central Committee." And I was like, "What's a Central Committee?" So I know nothing. Like I just did work, like help people, and I sold dozens of books, read dozens of books to people, and just showed up at different community related functions, and you meet people throughout the city in my occupation, but wrote a book with Les Brown and George Frazier. So I considered myself a networker. I've been taught by Dr. George C. Frazier, international motivational speaker, and motivational speaker Les Brown. And so I, just take advantage of opportunities. And so, after, I actually ran for city council a long time ago, but, that didn't turn out as well. But when I won the Central Committee, that got me into different rooms. And then later, Senator inspired me to nominated me for the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation. And so, ultimately, I feel very accomplished at this stage in that space. But, I've been in, the community workspace, business space, yes, and even wealth building analysis. And, certainly I feel that taking advantage of opportunities, but also serving others shouldn't be like a either or, I feel, wealth building, and if I can learn entrepreneurial skills, I'm going to learn them. That's why I keep showing up at business conferences like even the CBC, but yes, the Power Networking Conference that Dr. George C. Frazier has. I've been 7 years. These with multi-million-dollar people and $500 million CEO Mike Roberts, Dr. Randall Pickett, many amazing multi-million, Les Brown, Willie Jolly, many of the amazing I'm not like, and that's when you listen to radio and the right radios and the right people, you can shift, you can make changes, you can be a different person. And so you don't have to stay poor. I assume what Brother Mike is saying, and so no, and I chose the fire department just like Senator Corey McRae. I think you called in and you talked to him and you talked about his book on apprenticeships, right? And I recall when I was out, trying to be an entrepreneur, thinking, oh yeah, the black people gonna support me, and it didn't happen like that. And I had to choose between being an electrician or the fire department, and I chose the fire department. And I feel blessed. It's given me opportunities. Yes, the firefighter EMT is like one of the highest paid employees in Baltimore City. It wasn't me, but, I've done halfway decent, but I'm opening to create opportunities. Certainly for myself, I'm getting older, so I don't like sit and just like say, oh, I'm in politics and I'm just going to hang around all politicians all day, every day. Like, no, I need to be creating opportunities for myself and teaching various life skills and job readiness skills and entrepreneurial skills, and I need to learn these skills myself. And so I believe showing up where the Les Browns and George Frazier are, he taught me, George Frazier taught me how to network. And I've taken that to the United Nations, the African Union, the Congressional Black Caucus, and many other places. And so that's what I feel like I have done. So I'm not like just waiting for somebody to give me some position in life, I'm taking opportunities. And that's what I hope everybody will do. So what you become, Brother Mike, like you said, and that's what Thinking is Destiny. There's a book called Thinking is Destiny, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, and the other one, Napoleon Hill. Absolutely. So that's all I want to say. We have my sister Julianna Jones up. Hey, Julianna.
Good morning, Haki. How are you doing?
All right, my sister. Yeah, I appreciate you. She's doing some amazing work in and throughout Maryland. And certainly I wanted to bring you on just to share. You have a most amazing father, dad, city. He has amazing history in Baltimore County. And so I wanted you to, take a little couple minutes to share. For instance, I happen to know Julianna Jones from, being the county executive, but also, I didn't know him before he was a fire chief and all of that, and the first black lieutenant, the first black captain, and the first black battalion chief and then division chief. So you knew him all your life.
Yes. And I appreciate that, and I want to thank you for your service, Haki, and all your accolades and journey that you've contributed to our community and state thus far.
Right.
It doesn't go for granted. And me being a child of a man of public service, like you just mentioned, Julian has been on the county council in Baltimore County District 4 for 11 years now. Prior to that, he was in Anne Arundel County, of course, going through the ranks of being a firefighter, and he had that decision far as his life choices to make. He was working at the zoo, the Baltimore Zoo, and he had to figure out, how do I set my way? How do I hit my journey and my feet running? And he heard an ad for the fire department, and he fell in love with public service ever since. And since then, he did go up through the rankings and made historical moments within Anne Arundel County, predominantly, of course, as far as race is concerned, been operated by Caucasian folks that are within the organization. So he was the first lieutenant, captain, battalion, and then division chief African American. But then he also took a notch further and created the African American Firefighter Association out of Anne Arundel County, which allowed more pathways as he rose throughout the rankings to allow more people to have access to that career path within that county.
Right.
So from there, he retired and he chose to continue with public service, and he joined Baltimore County Council 11 years ago. And he strove to continue his public service. He was the only African American that served 3 times chairman in the history of Baltimore County, not just African American, but the only council member in the history of Baltimore County to serve at all as a 3-time in a row person that held the chairman's position in the history of Baltimore County.
Wow.
So he has the most experience and is well overqualified. As we know, Johnny O went and took to represent our area in Congress. We have our intern, Kathy Clausmeyer. The election, she's just there as an intern. The election will be this upcoming year. He is very, of course, the most experienced and qualified and familiar with the county, and he launched about a week ago his campaign to run for county executive as being the most qualified in regards to public service, safety, budget, economic growth and development. Obviously, you can see Owens Mills Metro Center, Foundry Road, all of those different pockets of Owens Mills were neglected over time, and he came in, and now we have like a Midtown Atlanta feel in Metro Center. We have the Foundry Road, so there's a lot of economic development going up and through his District 4, and we plan to expand that throughout the entire part of the county. We do have the biggest impacts from our federal cuts as far as the federal national budget. We had a lot of federal workers lose their jobs within our county. We got hit a lot, and I don't know if a lot of people know that, but we are also, on the flip side, on the positive side, we're the leading county with the highest manufacturing industry in Baltimore County. So outside of manufacturing, the whole idea is to grow the economy where we can have more affordable housing, we can continue to have affordable taxes, we can, of course, contribute to public safety, because that's very important, and grow our economy in a way that we have more job opportunities for our residents so that they can get back to work, continue to support their families within Baltimore County. So we appreciate all the support, And the journey, of course, not only will he be the most qualified for the position, we do have a chance to make history here in Baltimore County with him being the, of course, first African-American elected county executive in the history of Baltimore County as well.
Wow.
So that's pretty much, I had the pleasure and the blessing to be his daughter. They don't, if they still make guys like him out here today, I mean, I think the world would be a better place. Like him and yourself, Haki. A lot of people don't do things for the right reason. You know, a lot of people aren't good at heart. And I appreciate having you both around and within this community and in the state of Maryland as a whole.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And let me just say, being a public servant myself, and I honor your father, work, and always, I tell people like about him everywhere I go, even before he was, running. So I'm not a Johnny come lately. That's I can tell people, look, but now that, much is given, much is respected. Like people think I'm a politician. Like the brother says, I don't know if you heard him. You want me to be a politician? Okay, well, all right. This is who I'm saying. As the politician, as the second most famous, I'll say the firefighter in the state of Maryland. Black firefighters. Yes. Well, Calvin Ball, he started in the fire department as well. But let me just say, as second most, yes, I say, yeah, support. So absolutely no, it's a. I mean, sometimes it can be thankless, but those, when people come up and say, children give you a hug and say I love you, and it's just like, wow, somebody truly impacted them. But he's done more than that. Of course, we're in the city council and county council, and so we have to recognize his extensive experience in public safety. It is different. It comes different with somebody that have been on the streets. And so this is why, I believe police, will certainly, endorse them, and, et cetera, and other first responders, and that's what I'm calling on all my first responders, and even teachers, because, teachers have a vital role. And so we want the teachers union as well. So
yes, he was the PTA president for over 6 years.
Right.
His mother, his mother, he was raised by a teacher. And when he was growing up, she was a person that was a community advocate. Back in those days, people couldn't read or write, and she would do public service and go out and help people write out their checks for their bills to make sure no one was getting behind and pay their bills on time. So he was raised by a teacher himself,
Wow. Yes. No. Yeah. No. And he told me the story. That's actually what inspired him initially to run when he was the PTA president. I remember him telling me that story. So yeah. No. And that shows his heart. Of course. Again, sometimes you have to. And I mean, to Money Mike, just stories like this. Like he didn't set out to say, as a teen that, but ultimately, somebody has to stand up, and if that's the way to stand up, if you have that experience and the opportunity, just get it done. Like you said, like Brother Mike said, just get it done. So, hey, hold on. Is that Sean Stinnet again? I believe it may be Sean. I don't know if you want to say something to you real quick. Oh, okay. Thank you, brother. All right. So, but all right, Julianna. So thank you very much. We're looking forward to this amazing campaign run. So looking forward, to you, he being on the radio as well over the next few weeks. And, so I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you for having me. And I appreciate your time as well, and everyone's support. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's bring on really, Sister Courtney. Courtney Sneeze. She's talking about the Henrietta Lacks. Hi, Sister Courtney. Speed, how are you?
Through the grace of God, super fantastic. How are you?
Great. So tell us what's going on with the Henrietta Lacks case or situation that you are engaged in. Brother Lou has told me what you have going on.
Yes,
bit.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this historic community that was set up in the 1800s, it is now being inundated by the investors going online at night. And once we found out, oh, wow, we just cannot be disrespectful to our elders and let this community go. So we are having revival at St. Matthew's Methodist Church, which is 125 years old. So not only are we having spiritual revival, we want to have a business revival because our ancestors had made this community self-sufficient, and the money turned over in this community 8 times before it left out. Right. So we're in the process of replicating what they did, repairing, and to repurpose our community for tourism, where we celebrate the first Sunday in February, African American history. And then in June, we do Eddie Barty, who migrated here to work at Bethlehem Steel. But most of all, the first Saturday in August, we honor the medical miracle mother of the world, Henrietta Lacks, and the former county executive put 7 names of her in the community. Also, the former governor put her name on 695 Highway here on Broning Highway, and the rental area, Lions Property, is going there. They're presently fixing a part of their community to say Henrietta Lacks Village. So that's what beautiful. We want the world to know about this lady whose cells are still being used, and we are advocating not only for the community, but for their family, in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And Lou Fields is, definitely on top of this. And so we wanted to let you share, some key information on that. And so we're looking forward. Yes, we honor the work and legacy of Henrietta Lacks. So we thank you, Courtney Speed. And so definitely I hope Lou can get you on again really soon. So thank you for calling in. I'm going to go to Brother Leo next, if I may. Thank you, Courtney. Bye.
Good morning, Brother Haki Ammi. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Brother Leo, the warrior elder warrior.
Well, praise God, from whom all blessings flow.
Yes, sir.
I want to invite you and, of course, the public to our general membership or community meeting. We meet every 30 days or once a month. Roots of Scouting Incorporated, of which I'm president and founder. Right, we meet at the Linden Park Apartments at 301 McMecken Street, first floor community room on the 22nd of September. This is a special meeting.
Okay.
Month 22nd at 7 o'clock from 7 to 9 p.m. We ask folks to be on time and to park. If they're driving, they park on the street, McMecken Street or the shopping center.
Right.
Do not park in the parking lot for the building because we don't have the slots of enough parking places available.
Right.
I'm asking you specifically to help us with our efforts at making search a reality. Community emergency response teams.
Right.
I'm still contending that the city of Baltimore, as is true of much of this country, we don't have enough volunteers. We haven't done enough to be prepared for natural disasters or man-made disasters.
Right.
And more folks need to know basic first aid, CPR, all of those survival skills that speak to the unknown. we are still dedicated to making that happen. So I'm asking you to be out with us on the 22nd. The general public is welcome. We don't have all the answers, but we focus on the needs of our youth, family, and community in a special way for African people or African-centered people. So that's all in essence I want to say to you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Brother Leo.
We look to see you.
Bye-bye. All right. Sounds good. Appreciate Brother Leo. And I went, where did we go last year? Was that last year? We went to D.C. With Brother Leo. Yeah. So we had a good time, Brother Leo. So keep up.
The African Heritage Museum. And we're going to continue to fight that good fight because the people like Donald the actor Trump, these Trumpsters want to destroy our history. And if you don't know your history, you don't know what your future is going to be. So we've got to maintain our history, be proud of our heritage, and devote our time to our children, family, and community.
Ashe. All right. Thank you, Brother Leo. Let me, I'm going to take the last couple minutes and just kind of do my little thing. Oh. Let me see what I got. Let me just plug the National Black Unity newspaper. Get your copies. Shout out to Brother David Murphy. I'm looking at the cover of it. Talking about, it got Texas on there, Brother Vernon, Kathleen, Wayne, Bill Gooden. And let's see, I did a story here. So we got how many pages we have? We have a lot of pages. Of course, I couldn't spend that much time. Michael Haney, Senior. I saw Brother Michael Haney at the church for Caribbean Day with Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam. And let me just say, yes, I did get a chance to go to Annapolis, met with the governor on behalf of the Frederick Douglass family, as well as Harriet Tubman, for an historic event meeting with the governor, Wes Moore, of course. And then we went to the Caribbean Day at the governor's mansion. And so I have a very nice photo. You can look it up with the governor, Wes Moore, and Don Moore. And I see Rob Wallace has an article in here, and Dr. Naila. And of course, my article is in here, certainly. And yes, and I did get a chance to go to Senator Angela Alsobrooks. She had her cookout at Martin's Crosswinds. That was last week. Very excited to go there. Come together, Prince George's County brothers and sisters, come together with Angela Alsobrooks. Let's create some unity down there in Prince George's County. And so my article, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of my article that I wrote, but it's on page 16. I usually get page 16, and my title is "Being of Public Service and Being in Politics." I put in parentheses in politics, so just a coincidence, Money Mike. I really go into that. See, what you have, I was a part. I am in the conscious community. I consider myself very conscious. Conscious means awareness. So, Brother Money Mike, no, it's cool when we say conscious. I am conscious that I need to do better, and we need to do better. And who gonna do better for us but us? So I need to learn the ropes. But that, for instance, here's the thing. And it's what I say, and it took me some years. And when you read 100 books a year for 11 years, and then, see, here's the thing. Here's the difference. A lot of people can read a lot of books, but a lot of people don't show up. A lot of people don't go to Congressional Black Caucus events. Some of them are free and listen to smart people that's smarter than us, people that are doing international work. Many people don't go to the Power Networking Conference. I even went to the Black Enterprise Conference, to learn from people that's making some 6 figures and some 7 figures, that they ain't showing up at certain places. They ain't showing up in the hood. And here's the thing. Sometimes people say we need to learn, from the richest people in the world, and that you can't. listen, we not going to listen to Mark Zuckerberg and think and Bill Gates and think we going to learn what they did and you going to duplicate them. There is a racial economic hierarchy in the world. Why do you think that that Forbes magazine, and I did this research so many other times, how many billionaires that they have, and you have 10, 11, 12 black ones, and in the ratio 7, 8 billion people on the planet, we less than a fraction. We set 10, 15% of the global population, but less than half of a fraction of a percent of the billionaires in the world. So wealth is racially, and even I give you, what's his name? Man, what's the one? The white one. I mean, all I'm white, but not Bill Gates. The one who drives the truck. The Omaha. Oh man, but here's what he said. The one who did the stocks and all that. I'm missing his name, but he said being born white, being born male, and being born in America made him the chances for him being a billionaire helped him out. So I'm saying, I'm not trying to, diminish someone's potential, or saying, your mind, you can overcome. And hey, listen, I listen to Les Brown, like literally, like we work together. I've been on, his films with him. I mean, I spoke at Morgan State when he came and spoke. I did a breakout session there. I mean, I interviewed both of his daughters. Like, so I'm inspired like a mug to get out here and do something. But there are certain, shall I say, barriers, for instance, statistics and structural things that are in place that historically, I'll give you this example. What's the one name? The white boy that looked funny, the motivational speaker. I mean, he ain't did much more than me. Top motivational speaker. Why am I forgetting these people's names? He was in that funny looking movie. But oh man, I'm forgetting people's names. But I just think about if I was white and did, like everything that he did, or if I'm black, for instance, I would be much further. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just simply saying, when you do everything in your power to achieve, sometimes there's some experience that have to be gained. Or, for instance, you need mentors that really, truly are pulling for you. And sometimes people only pull for you when you went to some school, or you went to, you remember their fraternity or sorority, or you go to their church, or there's all kind of, your complexion connection type of thing, or your gender roles, people giving you special little appointments and things like that. Well, I'm saying I got to overcome all of that. I have to overcome all of that, and I certainly will. But I'm gonna remember that things that I got that pictures, the two. Thank you. Yes, Warren Buffett. And man, how you knew that? You good, bro? Exactly. Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins. And that's what I said. Man, he knew exactly who I was talking about. Warren Buffett, definitely. He said, if I was born in America, white and a male, that's how he became billionaire. I mean, in other words. But so that's the one point. But yeah. So thank y'all for joining me. Haki Ammi, the Success Scholar. Look me up. HAKIAMMI. Holla at the Success Scholar. Look me up. Just Google me. Holla. Peace. Thank you, Lou.
Thanks for listening to the Business Talk Show. To repeat or to hear a previous recorded show, go to www.wolpbaltimore.com and click on the business.
The new 1010 WOLB with talk in the day and soul at night. And soul at night. And soul at night. And soul at night.